Hello beautiful, my name is Epic Treasure and this video today is the most requested one of all, which is creating the best breeding base in Palworld. I hope you enjoy it. If you like what you see, come like and subscribe, hit the notification button, and don't forget to join the Discord channel, which has amazing community pictures of their bases and also blueprints, etc. for my builds. So that being said, we're going to have a look at the features of this base, what makes it different from most, and also the best pals to have in a breeding base. So we'll go through everything. Now, this base is built with end game in mind, but if you're early game or mid game, you can just dial it back. The base, the main parts, are both things that you could easily build that will be incredibly beneficial for you. You won't even believe it. So let's have a little look around to start with. There are the 3 stage 2 assembly lines, not necessary, but they're still there for you to have if you want a more useful kind of base. Over here we've got the essence machine, again not that important. Again, dial it back if you're early game or mid. And then the powering thing to obviously power everything. When it comes to breeding, I have 4 breeding barn things there. If you're heavily into breeding creatures, then 4 is good. 3 is enough for somebody that's just casually doing it. This part over here is the viewing cage. There's humans in that at the moment, but when you go into sort of god roll breeding, this is a great place to store all the failed ones, and then you can use the essence machine later. So it's a nice storage place when your box gets full. Another couple of features that we have is obviously the necessary breeding bed, like the breeding beds, the pal beds, the hot spring thing there. And for this base, we have all the space in the world for everything. So there was no need for me to stack things and hide them. I wanted to sort of, give props to the creators of all these beautiful little features here, such as the big beds, etc., because they're just stunning to look at. And I didn't want to hide everything away. I wanted to keep everything, true to how the build should be. The only thing that I didn't really stay true to was this, and there's a very good reason for that. And it doesn't have to do with efficiency so much. It has to do with, well, it does a little bit, but more so it's just very interesting to look at and purposeful too. So here is a quad stacker wrench that I made. There's a video tutorial on that on my channel if you want to know how to build that. But what I did was have this little slippery dip here, and the slippery dip allows the pals products to come sliding down to the bottom. So they'll walk up these stairs, drop their goodies, and it'll come down the bottom. So it is efficient in the way where you don't have to run around in a big circle and go behind it. They literally just pour down into this zone, which is very handy to have. So for the breeding base, you need your primary focus really is to create cakes. The cakes are the things that make the breeding happen, make the eggs occur. So there's a few ingredients for that, which is flour, egg, honey, berries, milk. So this base allows for all those things. Also, there's a merchant that you can get, a wandering merchant that sells most of the stuff. He sells milk, he sells wheat, he sells eggs, and he sells berries. So you got most of the recipe already, but what we don't have is honey. So there's a couple of options in regards to that. You can either buy the materials, but this base obviously makes everything. But when it comes to honey, there's one little dilemma. And the little dilemma is that the fact that the bees multitask, and they'll often go to these fields to do their multitasking. They'll do the harvesting, etc. So the way around that is to either, if you want to go nuts on honey, have no crops there for them to engage with, basically. Or, like I've done over this base here, and they will still drop honey, but not as much. This is like if we want to super focus on honey only. I've got a floating beehive over here at my town. So when we have a look at the bearings, this is where we're at present, 75 minus 374. The only bonus of this base is the fact it's flat, and it doesn't have trees all scattered throughout it. So if you have trees popping up at your base, it means that if you've got multitasking pals, they're going to be heavily distracted and interrupted by chopping trees down. So that's the bonus here. The other way that you can get rid of trees is put something over the top, but that can look very ugly and weird. So I wanted to have, you know, a breathable space that looked pretty. And it was very different from my obsessive, you know, stone builds, which is here is the beautiful town that I've made. And then it crosses with a bridge to another little town feature and has a swim up bar and floating pal beds in the water and everything. It's absolutely stunning. These are all on my channel, so check those out. There's beautiful castles and cabins in the snow and waterfall cabins. It's wild. So there's tutorials absolutely everywhere on my channel, so you know what to do. So that's the main feature that we have anyway, is this quad stacker ranch. And so everything comes sliding down. Now, that being said, if you've got a lot of pals that do deliveries, that put the products in the boxes, you're not going to see the amazing effects that trickle down the slippery dip because they're so damn quick. So the base efficiency I've set up is so good that you often don't see it slide down the hill unless you don't have a lot of handy workers, and I'm going to show you what that looks like. But yeah, and not the handy workers, the box people. Now, the most important part of this base, and for anybody that's breeding, is this one-story feature here. And usually I like to go nuts having, you know, extravagant kind of stuff, but this one is very basic and so efficient it'll blow your mind. So here I've just got a bed. It's 2 levels high because when you're in the bed, you get up, you often get stuck. So it's got the roof over your head at least. This pitch roof is just for aesthetic effect. In here, we've got all of the electrical stuff, but if you're like earlier in the game, just keep it simple. Just have your normal cooking pot there. It's absolutely fine. Super efficient anyway. So with this, whenever you're trying to do a breeding facility and make it work, say for example, we want to breed jet dragons, the biggest issue is catching them. So if we bring this one out, it's going to go straight out the door without fail. Good luck catching it. So most of the time for breeding is literally running around and trying to catch the pals. So it doesn't matter which ones we bring out. We could bring out, for example, we could bring out a vanworm. And the vanworm will also just yeet out of there in no time. So see you later. Good luck catching that one. Not as fast as jet dragon. So what I did was have this as 1 story high, but have this feature that stops them from running away. And this was something that I'd worked on for quite a bit in a live stream, and I originally started with goal soccer posts, and that did kind of work. It got them stuck for a little bit. So I had the pal box here, I had double goal posts here, double ones here, double ones there to stop your dragon from flying away. But the easiest way I found is to get your jet dragon out or whatever, and he stays there. Doors are shut, he stays there. The question was how the hell to get him out of there, because you can't open a door while you're holding them. So we lift him up. And what I discovered with trial and error was to create a ramp that just goes up and you drop off, and then you can assign them straight to the base. Do not be tempted to put a ramp on the other side, because if you do, they'll just go up and over. This is a way to lift them, take them over the edge without any issue at all. So we've got a girl jet dragon, we'll grab a boy, and then we'll get on to the best pal combos to have for a breeding base. So we'll dump this one over here. You can, you know, mix and match and change stuff up, fine tune it for your build. But because we're an endgame build, we're going to need one for cooling though. It's a lot to take in, I know. So let's start with our main players, which is the first port of call is the Ozerk, which does the electricity. Bang. So he's going to charge it up straight away. The second one is my boy, Jormuntide Ignis. I'm just dumping these ones down. I'm not looking at the passives or anything. Jormuntide Ignis has got 4. He's pure kindling. He'll do the cooking of the cakes. He'll do ingots, etc. So quick, it makes you sick. Next one that we want to have is just basic Jormuntide. Jormuntide does only watering, and we'll just open these doors too. Jormuntide just is only watering, so that's handy for the crops. It's handy for the flour when you're using the mill. That being said, the next one we want to have out is probably one of my favorite ones, which is Lylene, and Lylene does 4 planting, 3 handiwork, 2 harvesting, and 3 medicine. She's amazing on any base. The next one we want to have is our all-rounders. So Anubis is very handy to have for this kind of stuff because Anubis does mining and the delivery, but I'm not bringing Anubis out because mining is not the focus of this place at all. The focus of this place is crops and watering them and harvesting, etc. So we want to have Bushy out as a sort of all-rounder who does 2 kindling, 1 handiwork, 1 harvesting, 3 wood, and 2 box. And you could swap that one out, for example, valet, and that one does 2 planting, 2 handy, 2 harvesting, 3 medicine, 1 box. You could switch them out. The next one that we want to have is Pen King. Pen King is great and it can get early in game too. So Pen King does 2 watering, 2 handiwork, 2 mining, and 2 box, and also 2 cooling. So Pen King is out here. The next one we want to have is Masando. Masando's a really nice one too, which is the big green boy. You could switch Masando out for Robin Quill too, but Masando is nice to have. 2 planting, 2 handiwork, 2 wood, 3 delivery, because there's so much that comes out of the barnyard creatures that we want a lot of those boxes happening, a lot of the delivery to the boxes happening. And when it comes to the barnyard, guys, we want to have 3 cows. 3 cows. We want to have 4 bees. And I've gone past them, haven't I? 4 bees, 4 bees, 4 bees. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we want to have 2 chickens. Now, you might be going, Epic, how have you got 20? In the customizable settings, you can have 20 pals if you want. It's right at the very bottom, so you can have a base of 20 pals. But if you have only got 15, you can just dial back the breeding pairs. So here we've got 2 Jetragons. Say I want another pair of Jetragons, so we need to shut the door. Over here. Shut that door. Shut that door. So they don't escape. And then we just want to go, girl. If I can catch it with all these creatures in my way, come here. All right. And don't forget, you can just grab these other ones and chuck them over the side too, and they'll still do their work. Like I keep saying, you don't have to have them like rubbing themselves on the item that they need to be on. They can do their job halfway across the map. So I'm going to grab Lylene. I'm going to throw her over the side. And you stay over there. Jormuntide can also be thrown over. He can, cook everything through the walls. No problem at all. Lylene is still in there because she's harvesting through the wall. Lylene, I need you to get out, girlfriend. She's going to come back down. Don't you come back down, Lylene. I'll put her over here. She doesn't want to leave home. There you go. All right. So, things that you can change up with this build, this team build. And we just need to get one more boy out. One more Jetragon boy out. Boy. Just give me a boy one. Boy. I'm just going to get that one out. No big deal. I'm not focusing so much on the passives. I'm just sort of giving examples. We need to go fix these guys too. All right, 1 and 1. So let's put the eggs in. This one's already got 3. So we've got 47 in there already. This one's already got 1 out ready for action. 49 cakes in there already. So let us have a look in here. We can see harvesting happening over here and gathering of that, putting it in the box. I'm going to go out here. We're going to get some flower action on. We'll just cancel this one for now. And then make sure that when you check your boxes that you check the food ones, because as you can see, they're already dumping crazy amounts in there. All right. And that's just our other box. So put your boxes around the place. Try and keep them close for productivity purposes. Might have to put some in here, put some baked berries in there. for them. Now, if you don't want to focus at all on any of the logging and the mining on the side, obviously switch them out. You can put more bees in, etc. Now, when we're going to talk about bees, let's just make some cakes first. Tell me you got ADHD without telling me you got ADHD. So cancel this. Give me all the goodies. Okay. 56 cakes. So Jormuntide's going to be on that in no time. Oh, and then we needed for a stallion, didn't we? So when we've got refrigeration, we need to have cooling. So let's get Frostallion out. Where did I put her? Ah, there she is. So I want to bring her out. Just grab her. And remember, you can just grab them and chuck them on the item that they need to be on. She's going to go to sleep. Bang. Cool it. So open. We've got... Oh, we need to put some stuff in the fridge here, don't we? So we've got 7 cakes in there. Put the milk in there. Berries in there. Just chuck that in there. Cool. Cool. Lovely. And then, Jormuntides and that. The cakes do take a little while to be cooking. Now, make sure that you do have your flame cauldron, because that does help the fire on bases. All of those things are very handy to have. So we've got wood over here already. Give me it. And then we'll just put one of those out anyway. As you can see, place in base to improve fire making speed. So we want to put that. They don't stack either. So we just put it here. Grab it out. And don't forget to utilize the pals that you've got in your party. So chucking out Anubis is my biggest sort of thing that I seem to do in the game, is just having both Jormuntide and Anubis on, these two. And then Jetragon is my beloved mount. So if you don't have this bloody mount, you're missing out. This was, as soon as I saw this video of how fast Jetragon was, I'm like, I need this thing. But I'll make videos on the best pals as you go along in the game. But again, there's incredible combos that you can have. And with this one, if you want to see the effects of everything rolling down the hill, it's literally getting rid of the handy workers. So this is just, I guess, a one's own fixation on watching the physics of this little ramp happen. But you can watch a video of that one on the video, which is the best. But I'm actually going to take you there. Let's go there now. Go to my best base. We're cooking the cakes while we're going. This is a cool part. I love being able to leave and then come back and going, wow, look at all the progress that we've had. And this base does get raided, so be very mindful about that. Remember to just jump in your box, and even it's very handy to move all of the barnyard creatures around, so they're saved straight away, because they're obviously the weakest. So we want to go, if we get raided, go click, 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 and put them back in the pal box. Then quickly scroll across and get your big boys out, whatever they might be. So always have your pal box sorted, neat, in case of a raid, and it makes it very easy to just go quickly do it. So let us go to the other base, which is the best one to have, an all-round base that has mining galore. And so actually I want to get out straight away. We need an electric boy, don't we? Where are you, my guy? Serious. Just one. One's enough. He's going to get onto the power. So let's have a quick fly over. There's a whole tutorial on this. I told you that. 8 nodes of iron ore, 6 coal. It is amazing. Now, this is the one that also secretly has the stacker ranch hidden inside the building. I know, I've got goosebumps talking about it. So over here, we have the whole party deck. I know it looks like a dollhouse, but party deck here, all of the very beautiful features there. Let's just quickly go have a look down here. This area down here facilitates the 3 tier 2 benches also. That's how big it is inside. All this section in here is just stunning aesthetic bath area. Look at the view. Yeah, that is another build that you can see over there, which is the water log cabin. And this part just wraps around to the roof. Look at it. So yeah, check out that tutorial. It's got 3 parts to it. So it's got the basic one, the party deck, and then the special one, which I'll take you to the special one over here. And if you've got a suggestion or a request or a challenge to build in Palworld, feel free to ask. So let us go through and roleplay. This place is absolutely stunning, and we can make it a beehive. Now that we've got the farm going, what I highly suggest is doing with this place, now just pretend you've already built the new breeding facility. We're going to get rid of this, and we're going to get rid of every single thing that the bees can get distracted by. So, crops are gone. See ya. And then we're going to go across. I'm going to go off on my tangent here if you're still here. So the bees do the logging, they do the planting, they do the handiwork, rah, rah. So if we fill this base up with the bees, not Elizabeth though, they'll go into there and then they'll start going nuts with the honey. We'll shut the door, not really makes a difference. But it does keep them in there longer, I'm not going to lie. Trapping the bees. You will work, Miss Bees. We're going to trap you in there and you're going to give me the honey. That if they've got something else on their mind, then they will do it. So we'll just get rid of this. Be very careful here of dismantling things. But it's quite interesting. So we'll just grab all this stuff. And I'm just going to... Oh, it's a really nice area here. I've actually dismantled the boxes, the assembly lines over there. So food, storage. We'll just put the metal chest here. Spin around there. So there's all beds upstairs if they need to sleep. Thank you. I'll quickly take you up there in a minute once this box is built. And there's also that little podium thing. There's one outside actually too, I think. I built two by accident. And that allows them to be like workhorses, if you want to be very brutal about it. So let's just dump this stuff off real quick so we're not full to the brim. All right, that'll do. We'll just sort that out. All right, he's charging through the wall, doesn't matter. So we go over to foundations, wooden wall, there, and keep them in there, making their honey. And I think that that's them all together. But yeah, they do logging, so they will come out and chop. But not on my watch. Not on my watch. Oh, that's not a good idea, is it? Yeah, you like that. You get in there. Now I can do it. Now you come here, girlfriend. I want to drop her just for a sec. I should have a holding cell for this section, actually. So we'll just throw her there. Open the door. Open the door! And I want you to go in there. It's kind of sick, actually, isn't it? So they're going to be popping off in there. There's no other thing that they can do. They can't do any crops. Oh, actually, they can. We'll just get rid of this. They can't do any crop stuff. Then they're kind of stuck to do the honey making. So again, I just look for issues that I find, and that is literally catching the pals and the honey making. And we can also peer through the window at them too at work. Look at the honey start to fall down there. It's so exciting. It's just a big beehive. So that is that base anyway. It's absolutely beautiful. Again, all the top section covers up the secret facility that's inside it. Look at them grazing their brains out. We actually have to, I don't know if I put food there for them. I should check that. I'm pretty sure I did. Maybe I didn't. We're going to have to sneak through the door. Hello, everybody. All right, so we go food. We should probably give them beds. Feed box. Actually, no, I don't want to give them a feed box. We don't want to give them a feed box. Because they will put all the honey. Well, look, I just want you to see what the honey looks like rolling down the thing. If you put the feed box there, then they deliver all the honey too, which is purposeful, but I just wanted to show you it. So we'll do that later. Ideally, if you want to just collect honey, then yeah, you're going to need the feed box there for them to actually survive. Good times. So travel back to the other base and see how she's going over there. Over yonder, travelling. All right, is it night time? It sure feels like one. Yes, just. Up you get, up you get. We're going to ignore the fact that these pals are needing medical assistance. I'll look after them when I end this video. Don't worry, maybe. So we've got eggs galore. Let's put some more. Another 19 is 64. And then click, 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 click. Oh, there's actually more than that. I didn't even realise. And then we're going to jump over here. And actually, I'm going to put down just a wooden chest for the eggs because there's going to be so many of them you won't even be able to handle it. So we'll just dump these in there. Like a holding box of them. And we need to put some food down for our pals. So we'll just put that in there. Baked berries there. We've got 139 berries. That. Now remember, you can sell your baked berries to the merchant guy, and he buys them for quite a lot, actually. So the bees, come here. I need you over here. And then we'll grab you. Pinking's popping off. And that's that. So what I'm going to do is, you sort of study what's going on in your base, suss out what you can switch out to suit what you want to do. So say, for example, you've got all the goodies already and you go, all right, I don't need any of these guys anymore. Then you can just put them all back in the pal box and then put your breeding pairs in and then just fill up the breeding boxes and let them pop off. So here we've got 44 cooking there. We go to our fridge and then we've got so many. 804 berries, 670, actually more than that now. 943 berries, 207 eggs, 697 milk, 20 wheat. So we know that probably it's a good time to go check out our wheat production over here. So we'll go flour, 83. And then Jormuntide is going to go over there, or Peking is going to go off and pop off there. So you can sort of gauge what you're missing out on. You know, if you look in that fridge, put all your stuff in there and go, okay, well, what do I need more of? Well, we're missing a lot of eggs. So they could be eating those, but a smart idea would be to just chop and change a little bit. So Bushy can go away. We can get another chicken out, for example. Peking, we don't really need at the moment, so we can swap him out, get some more eggs. You know what I mean? And then don't forget to switch them around in case you get a raid. So you put all your workers just at the bottom so you can quickly put them from the base back in the box and put your breeding pals and essentials all there. So right now we've got 2 breeding pairs. We've got 2 pairs of your dragons. We've got the electricity guy. We've got the kindling. We've got the water. We've got the Lylene who's doing the farming stuff. And then we've got Masanda, who does the boxing stuff, and then for Stallion keeping everything cold, etc. And then we've got our team. Now, if you're happy with that, then just let it rock on. If you don't have any electricity, then obviously you've got 2 spaces available. One you can get rid of for a Stallion, and you can also get rid of the electric guy, and then put some more breeding pals down, another pair of breeding pals, whatever. So we'll just go grab this egg. And once you get those cakes popping off, just go nuts. Just go nuts on the breeding and doing the guide roll breeding, etc. So I'm going to love and leave you with that. Let's just have a little wander. I know you want to go have a look at it now again. We'll go have a little wander over in the town again. Don't forget to like and subscribe and check out all these other builds because they're absolutely stunning. And as you can see, I'm just big on the aesthetics of this game. We do need an electricity boy here, but this town basically facilitates 32 beds, 32 players, and it's like literally a whole town that I sort of was inspired by, like Plague Tale type of vibe, you know. And the reason I picked this place was literally because of the red trees. And when I built it, I wanted the trees to be in the base. You know, I wanted them to be scattered throughout the base. And the only way to do that was to build the town first, then take all the footpaths away, let the trees grow back through, and then put the foundations back on once they were through it. The one thing that I couldn't do, I couldn't put pals in this space that did logging, otherwise I would chop my beautiful trees down, which you didn't want to have happen. So over here is the other base, which you can see, which has absolutely stunning water feature. And literally this place you can build in the water. No hacks, no mods, none of that crap. It was just purely by accident. So I was building the bridge. I was surprised that it could go across the water. And I accidentally just put a piece in there. I'm like, holy hell. You can actually put the wood in the water in this place. This is crazy. Not that you can't see it when you're doing it though. Like, look at this. You can't see it until you put it down like that. And then obviously then I sort of realized, oh wow, I can actually build beyond that, which is very exciting. So that is one of the only water places I know that you can just slap down a foundation without doing any Harry Potter shit and it working. So really lovely build. But this whole area is beautiful. I sort of knew when I started the game it looked very Craftopia. The trees in the Craftopia area was so red and beautiful. And I'm like, damn, I really need to build in here. But anyway, this is the PAL breeding base. And they're just popping off. They're going nuts. The stuff's starting to roll down the hill now because we've got less handy workers. So already got 80 berries. It's just crazy. It just goes nuts. But again, just keep your eye on what your pals are doing and make sure they're not sort of multitasking too much in other areas you don't want them to. I'll put our stuff in the fridge and then I'll love and leave you. Thank you so much for your support. Much more coming your way. If you love building games and games like this, where you're building and strategy and production and stuff, and a new game comes out, let me know, because I might not know that it exists and I'll be thrilled to do it. And other games, if you're into fantasy games like Dragon's Dog, which is my baby, then you want to be watching the channel for that, because that is my jam. I'll love and leave you. Thank you again. Until next time, happy Palworld. Ding.